Hey Heather, I'm ready to start filming this week. What are you doing? It's supposed to be green this week.
Oh, hey Tim, perfect timing. I was just putting up the red banner.
Hey, that looks pretty even, but I don't understand. Why are you putting up the red banner? I thought we were supposed to be green this week.
Well, yeah, green is ordinary time, but we're getting ready to do the Liturgical Colours video. And this week we're also celebrating a whole bunch of martyrs, and we show red in the church when we celebrate their life and their work. So I figured I'd get a little bit ahead of the game and put that up for us.
All right, so I guess we'll start with red then.
Here we go. Hey Tim, what's your favorite color?
Oh, I would have to say red. I love red because it's so warm and it just makes me think of like candy apples and just like a nice warm blanket. What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is blue because blue reminds me of the ocean, and I love standing on the shore at the edge of the ocean and watching the waves because it makes me feel calm.
So, this week we are talking about liturgical colors. So, Heather, what exactly are the liturgical colors?
Well, the Catholic Church has 4 basic liturgical colors: red, purple, white, and green. And the reason that they use color in the church is because when we go to Mass every weekend, we get to participate in an amazing experience with our senses. Our sense of sight being one of the strongest and greatest senses that we have. When we see the colors in the church, it helps us to pay a little bit more attention to the things that are happening in the Mass, to the prayers that we're praying, and certainly to the gospel that the priest is proclaiming to us.
All right. And so one way that we really get to see the liturgical colors in the church is in the cloths, in the altar cloths, in the banners that hang up behind the altar, and the fabric that we hang over the front of the tabernacle, and all that. So this week, we're going to take some looks at what we have here at Mary Queen of World.
That's right. And you'll see in the pictures we're about to show you and some of the video footage that we did this week, you will see just how beautiful the church looks as the colors change and as we celebrate the different seasons throughout the year.
See, I just love how red looks in the church. It's just so warm and eye-catching and inviting.
Yeah, I totally see why you love the color red so much.
All right, so why red? What does red mean for us?
Well, in the Catholic Church, when we see the color red, we are called to think about how much God loves us. And in fact, he loves us so much that he sacrificed his only son. Jesus Christ shed his blood to save our souls. That's how much God loves us.
And so I noticed there's this lamp over by the tabernacle. What is that?
Yeah, the red candle. That's called the eternal flame. Sometimes we call it the salvation candle too. But no matter what color the cloths and the banners are in the church, when that candle is lit, and it's lit day and night, that tells us that God is always present. It's not quite the color blue, but purple is still really, really beautiful in the church.
I know. I love how many kinds of purple there are. Because you can see on the banners, there's these 2 very different types of purple. And then on the altar, you have this completely different kind. Like, it's just so beautiful.
Didn't we just see purple up in the church a little while ago?
We did. The weeks leading up to Christmas, which is the season of Advent, we have purple up all over the place. And we're going to see purple again in a few weeks when we're getting around to the season of Lent, which is the weeks leading up to Christmas or to Easter.
So what exactly does purple mean then?
So purple is the color of waiting and preparing, and it's also the color of royalty. So we have purple up in the church during Advent because we're waiting for the arrival of a king, which is the birth of baby Jesus at Christmas. But purple is also considered to be the color of suffering.
Yeah, I know how purple I can get when I get a big bruise, and it sure does hurt.
Yeah, and that's why we put purple up during the season of Lent, because it's the season of waiting and preparing for a king, which is Jesus, but it's also the season of suffering. It's the season where we're getting ready for the crucifixion and death of Jesus. But we're also preparing for the resurrection.
And that's purple too?
No, for Easter, we celebrate with white.
Wow, look at how amazing and how rich that white color looks.
I love how it makes all the other colors in the church come out. Like, look at the wooden wall behind it. You don't notice it with the other colors, but with white, it just looks so nice.
It does, it's beautiful.
See, we use white for exciting celebrations and great times of year. So I just said that we celebrate Advent and Lent, the 2 seasons of waiting, with purple. And then we celebrate the season of Christmas and the season of Easter with white, because the king has arrived.
Hey, Tim, look, the red candle over in the corner. Now it's white.
No, see, that's a different candle. So that's actually what we call the Paschal candle. So you're thinking of the eternal flame, which is how we symbolize that Christ is truly present in the tabernacle. But the Paschal candle is this large candle that is to remind us of our own baptism and our own baptismal vows. So we light that whenever we have the white mass setting to remind us the excitement and the joy of it. And we especially use that in the baptism ceremony itself. You know, that's the light of Christ that are brought to us by our godparents in the baptism are lit from the Paschal candle.
That is so cool.
All right, so I guess that's it for this week. That's all of our liturgical colors. So we'll see you guys.
Wait, Tim, we missed green.
Green? Oh, right, green. But, why would we talk about green? It's so ordinary.
Exactly. It's called ordinary time. It's the longest period of time that we have in the church, in the Catholic Church. And it's the period of time when we actually get to listen to and practice all the lessons that Jesus Christ teaches us.
Okay, but why green? Sure, it looks nice and all, but green doesn't make me think of listening and learning. Green makes me think of plants or leaves.
Well, you're on the right track. Let me ask you a question. What's your favorite fruit?
Ooh, I love strawberries.
Okay, so me too, by the way. When you think about strawberries, they don't just magically appear. Strawberries come from seeds. Seeds have to be planted. Then we have to water the seeds in a certain kind of soil. They have to take root. And there's a period of time when that strawberry will eventually grow and change shape and change color in order to be the delicious and sweet berry that you love. In the church during ordinary time, we get to listen to all of the things that Jesus teaches us, but we don't magically understand everything right away. We have to have the seeds planted in our heart. We have to then take the time to nourish and water those seeds so that as we grow up and as we encounter new situations in our life, we are able to produce fruit in our own lives. We get to be gentle and peaceful, kind, and we have self-control, and we have joy. And during ordinary time, when we see green on the cloths and the banners in the church, we learn all of those things that Jesus wants us to know.
All right, so for realsies, we are actually done this time. So this week, we talked about our liturgical colors. We talked about red, we talked about purple, we talked about white, we talked about green.
Which of those 4 is your favorite color? You can let us know in the comments below. You can hit like and subscribe, all that good stuff. We want to know which one is your favorite.
Go Team Red. Not that I have a preference, but...
He does. I'm more of the purple girl because it's as close as you get to blue, but you tell us.
Yeah, so also another thing, if you are wondering what liturgical color is it today, we left a nice little link for you down in the description, and what you do is if you click on that, it'll open up a nice little calendar for the entire year of 2021. So you can look up any day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, what color is it today? Because there's all sorts of feast days, all sorts of solemnities that we're not really talking about on here in our videos, but you can look it up yourself and see what color it is.
Exactly. And so we look forward to you coming to join us. Maybe you can come and join us this weekend, maybe another day in the future. And in the same place where the link will be for the calendar that Tim mentioned, we'll also include the links to the parish website, and you can find out what steps you have to take to register to attend Mass with us. It's COVID, so there's a few steps, but I promise it's super, super easy. So thank you again so very much for coming to join us on this colorful journey on this beautiful day, and we look forward to seeing you next week when we get to talk about the sacraments, the greatest gifts that God gives us here in our church. Take care. God bless.
Make good choices.